I particularly like it when my prey is frightened.
What up, what up, what up? Serial Assassin here, and I got another gameplay and commentary for y'all. And today is another episode of Surviving Stupidity. Alright, so my story today. A bunch of us were out at a party. Really wasn't a party, it was more of a get-together. There was a bunch of us hanging out at a friend's house, my boy Vince. And we had a case of 40s and some other shit going on. And we were all just chilling around, whatever. And my one boy, Joe, he was probably the biggest of us. He was probably like 6'3", maybe about 220, 230. And Joe was infamous for being stuck in the friend zone. He knew every bad bitch in the school, but never dated any of them. He was friends with all of them. So, obviously, Joe was a good friend to have because he always had to hook up with all the ladies. So when we had this party, he called up all of his girlfriends. They all came over and hung out and chilled. We were all just kicking back, relaxing. And after a while, it was just about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, the ladies had to go home, and we was just chilling. And my one friend, Mike, he's freaking nuts. He was the one that almost drowned that I had to save. I did in one of my earlier videos of Surviving Stupidity. But he's upstairs. He's in the shower with some chick, comes downstairs in his soaking wet boxers, dripping of water going, "Yo, Vince, I can't figure out how to get the hot water to work, and Shalise is freezing." So anyway, Vince goes upstairs and takes care of that real quick, comes back down and was like just laughing. We were all just tripping, having a good time. And somebody said something to Joe, and he just snapped. Now, everybody got to understand, Joe, at this point, probably had about 10 40s in the matter of maybe 3.5 hours. So that's a lot of alcohol. And he got to the point where he was so drunk, we thought he was getting to the point where he was going to drink himself sober. So we were all just laughing around, whatever. And somebody made a comment to him about, his friend zone status. And he got up, like kicked over the chair he was sitting on, walked toward the kitchen, and at the doorway to the kitchen, he punched a hole in the wall and then walked in the kitchen and kicked a hole in a cabinet and then went out the back door. Now, Vince, who was sitting right in front of me, just his jaw dropped, shell-shocked, had no idea what the hell just happened. He's wasted as well. And everybody's like, "Damn!" And Vince is like, "What the fuck just happened?" And we're all just like, God damn, there's this big hole in his wall. Like, the drywall's all busted up. Thank God he didn't hit his stud. It just went straight through, and like, the wires were exposed from the switch and everything. It was just crazy. And we go in the kitchen, the cabinets, like, kicked in, cracked. It's just destroyed. And we're all just sitting there like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And Vince is flipping out. Joe comes back in. I'm going to say about 3 minutes later, 4 minutes later, I don't know what he was doing out there, comes in, walks into the kitchen, sees us all like just staring at him. He goes, "What are y'all staring at?" And he goes over, picks up his chair, puts it back down, sits down, looks at the wall and goes, "Holy shit, Vince, someone fucked up your wall." And we all just turned and looked at him and just had the dumbfounded deer in the headlights kind of look. Like, are you serious? "Joe, you did that." He's like, no fucking way. You're not blaming that shit on me." And we all just started cracking up, laughing. Like, dude, are you kidding? We just all watched you do it. So he sat there and tried to deny it for about another 5 minutes. And Vince was starting to get mad. And finally, Mike, being the handyman of the crew, came down and was like, "God damn, what the fuck did you do?" So, needless to say, his parents were out of town. I think they went down to AC for the night or something. So we went out to the garage. We found a piece of drywall. And Mike somehow patched up the wall, put a coat of drywall on it, and like put some freaking wallpaper back. I don't know what the hell he did. But he made it where it didn't look that bad. And he said that he would come back, the next day in the afternoon and try to patch it up, make it look better. But for now, it was good. And the cabinet door, it was unfixable altogether. So we all just plotted out a plan to figure out how You know, we say, oh, well, someone tripped and they fell into the kitchen, they slid and their head went into the door, and that's how that happened. But the wall, like, you really can't explain that. So that got all fixed up, and it was pretty cool. So it's just one of those things, like, you know, it's all good to have everybody get around and have fun. And, you know, if you're underage and you're drinking, I mean, I'd rather see it done in a house than, you know, out in the streets or at a park or at just some crazy party. You know, if it's a bunch of kids just hanging out, chilling, having a beer or two, I don't endorse it, but if it's going to happen, that's the way it should happen. So, needless to say, that's sort of the moral of the story. Watch, if y'all having fun, don't let anybody get too drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let that shit happen, especially if you're up in your own crib. That's just no good. That's just no good. And if you are going to have that stuff happen, make sure you have someone like Magic Mike in the house, because, yeah, the next day he called up and he was like, yeah, my parents really didn't notice. And then he was in the house with his parents, and Mike never came back. So he said he accidentally tripped over the chair and banged it to the wall and re-damaged it with his parents' home, so they didn't think anything of it. And he actually got away with it. But it was a different time, and I doubt your parents will fall for it, so just be careful, all right? Just be careful. So there you go. There's another rendition of Surviving Stupidity. Again, this is a special birthday shout-out to my brother, who would have been 33 today. I miss him every day, and I would have loved to see where he would have been today. You know, he was, at the time, everything going on, being stupid, drinking, smoking weed, hanging out a little too much, getting involved with too many shady characters. But, I mean, with me and my brother's guidance, he probably would have straightened out. But, yeah, I mean, I wish he was here. I wish he was here to meet my kids. I wish he was here to meet my fiance. I just wish he was here, period. My mother's never been the same, and it's a tough day. His birthday's, and June 10th is the day he died. That's another tough day for me and my whole family. So, Chris, I love you. I hope you're doing well wherever you may be, and I'll see you soon. Keep looking out for me and my family, all right, bro? Love you. All right, fellas, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I guess that's it, man. Click on the video if you want to see some more. I hope you click that like button by now. And if you're new here, maybe I deserve you to click that sub button. Become an assassin. It's the cool thing to do. Peer pressure, baby. All right, kids. I'm out. Peace.